Hi everybody, Eric Brown, MOBO-Media, MOBO-Media, back at you again, back at you again. Hey, I thought I'd talk about something, man, that I was just thinking today, just about my age in general, man, and the different phases you go through with the different age cycles. I'm talking about in your teen years, in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, 50s, so on and so forth. So I'm 56, right? So I think I got enough years behind me, enough in my 50s where I could say, speak on what it feels like to be in your 50s. You know what I'm saying? First off, I can tell you the first thing that comes to mind about being in the 50s for me is it's a point in my life where I stop and really start taking care of myself. You really start looking at yourself like you run so hard, run so hard, run so hard. Uh, 40s is when it catches up to you for me. 40s it catches up to you. And by the time you work it all out, get it right, get back right again, you're in your 50s. And you realize you can't do the things you did anymore. And then you have to make a decision on whether you want to take a chance on doing the things that you shouldn't be doing anymore. Uh, but yeah, the 50s, man, I tell you, it's an interesting age. One thing I can tell you about the 50s is, man, for men in general, you know what I'm saying? Uh, there's obviously muscle decline, things like that, man. But I even have like mobility issues sometimes. But that comes from also military and all type of shit, man. But mobility issues are common as you start to get into your 50s. You start tripping over shit more and bumping into stuff, you know what I'm saying? Hell, today I was talking to my neighbor. I'm just sitting there having a conversation with him, man. His balconies, his home's got balcony up on the back. And I had just finished cutting the yard. The lawnmower's behind me. So I'm sitting there talking to him, man, and I had been talking to him probably for about 20 minutes. So all of a sudden, man, I took a step back. Next thing you know, I fell all the way over the top of the damn lawnmower and just found myself wedged between the lawnmower and the wall of the house. That's what it feels like to be in your 50s. He just looked at me and said, Eric, man, are you okay? Me with all this pride, I'm brushing off. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, I was hurting like hell. Oh my God, my arm, my back. I thought I was bleeding. I thought I felt blood running down my arm. I just felt so much pain, but I just kind of shook it off. But the 50s are an interesting age because it's also an age where to me, there's a lot of clarity. And some of y'all in y'all 50s know what I'm talking about. Everything it's starting to be so clear to you. You're like, it's the age where you really stop putting up with shit, really. Real talk, man, the 50s. In the 50s, oh, no, 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 no. The 30s, you're like, yeah, yeah, hey, The 40s, you're like, gone on now, gone on. The 50s, you're like, gone, get away from me with that shit. That's real talk, man. That's real talk. It's a great age, though. But like I say, the biggest thing, though, is it's an age where for some reason, you start noticing the things that you eat and because start noticing real changes in your body, especially with weight gain. I know women in general have issues with weight gain as you get older, but men do too, man. And I had a lot of musculoskeletal issues, meaning issues with my bones, spine, sciatica, cervical spine. So anytime I have an issue with it, sometimes the doctor will give me like prednisone or some of that other stuff, man, the damn steroid packs, man. Man, I hate that stuff. It's gotten to the point I just stopped taking it because it puts weight on me so much, and for some reason you can't just lose the weight. And I've always been one to be able to control my weight. But I come to my dad, he told me this. He said, you gotta realize, man, you're in your 50s. You half a century, your 50s. It's middle age, but it's like you're really tapping on the door of the silver, what they call the silver ages. I think 60s. I think is silver. I'm not for sure. I think 50s gold. Not for sure. Y'all let me know which one. But yeah, 50s are an interesting age. 50s also is an age where there's a lot of reflection. A lot of reflection. You look back and on your life, look back on your journey, and look at your where you are now. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things start swirling in your head, you know. 50s is a good time to pivot. It's a good time to pivot and change directions on things if you need to, you know, before you get into those years where you should be relaxing. 50s is a time for all the turbulence should be slowing down in the 50s. Seriously, 50s these are the years where you need to get your shit together, because when you get to 60, you ain't got time for it. You just want to chill, relax, man, and just, you know what I'm saying, live life. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, hell, you got more years behind you than you got in front of you, even at 50. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, if you look at the life expectancy, I got more years behind me than I have in front of me. So you gotta, you know, just respect each year that you have, each waking day. But like I said, I'm blessed to be 56 years old. I feel like I'm 20, but I feel like I'm 20 sometimes. But that lawnmower today let me know I'm 56. Yeah, on my ass, 56. So with that, I'll let y'all go, man. Like I said, in the 50s, you start to think about your health more. 50s, you gain a lot of clarity, man. 50s, you also look back on your life a lot more. You really look back on your life, and like I said, the biggest thing is it's a time in your life when you need to be getting your shit together, because by the age of 60, you should have it all figured out. You should have it all figured out. That's not for everybody. That's just for me. By the age of 60, I'm gonna have it figured out. With that, I'm gonna let y'all go. Eric Brown, MOBO-Media, I'm out. Please subscribe, like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all. MOBO-Media, I'm out. Bye.